You're live, Matt. Oh, you're drinking too. What are you drinking?
My huge.
The huge?
Only I got the good absinthe.
Oh, that's why it's not so bright.
That's why it's not as green.
Got it. Hello, the people.
And I've got the fresh mint, which actually isn't as strong. I thought it'd be stronger, but maybe mint's stronger if you let it dry out a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
Look at all the people in there.
Yeah.
It's only 5, but there's a lot of comments. That's a lot of comments.
Let's see what we got. We've
How long
got
have we been here?
Let's see. Stacy was on at 8:04.
Hello, Stacy.
So 10 minutes of
Stacy's
conversation.
almost platinum, so I can only look down my nose at him for a little while longer.
You know, I'll be platinum on our next cruise.
I know. I can only look down at my nose at you for a little longer too. I can only look down my nose at you for a little bit longer too.
I might have to put him on my other shoulder.
Why?
Because the comments block him.
What?
And then there's Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Hi there, Ed. And Anita.
Hello, Anita.
And King Viper Jeff says, Happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday, Jeff.
And Ed says, Hi, Anita. You sure looking pretty over there on the other side of the couch.
Well, why don't you come together and snuggle a little bit?
Yeah. Hey there, JT.
Hey, JT. And Jen, if Jen's in there.
Let's see. Oh, JT says, sorry for blowing up the group this week. Just thought it was some cool stuff.
No, we're
not at all.
We're slackers, so feel free.
Yeah.
If you guys have cruise-related stuff that put on Fantastic Cruising Community, I mean, post away. Also, make sure to check out JT and Jen's latest podcast episode of Sea Days, which he just released, which has them interviewing Mr. and Mrs. Traveler on their recent cruise over in the Mediterranean. It's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. It's cruising's a lot different over there in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Is what I got out of it. Quite a different experience.
Let's see. JT says Ocean Key is awesome.
Yeah, that's the picture that you put up.
Oh, right? Yes,
Ocean
it is.
Key.
Hey, stop looking that direction. If you're going to run, you have to go that way. Okay. And JT says, I wish Carnival would do double VIFP points for suites like other cruise lines.
How many other cruise lines do that, though?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody knows. I used to know.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Platinum is nice, but it, like, other than being able to make jokes about talking down to the surfs, it doesn't do that. I mean, it is nice. The boarding earlier and stuff. It's nice. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be enough for me to like be loyal. You know, like I wouldn't like be like, I won't cruise other cruise lines because I'm platinum on Carnival. It's cool though. I appreciate it. There are some nice perks with platinum.
You need to stop looking at that. No. You are not. Matt, can you get him there? I had the wrong
Marty,
angle.
you're freaking your mom
out.
No,
I need to put him on my other side.
Out. Do you want a cricket? Do you want a cricket? Do you want a cricket? Does he want a cricket?
You can put him on this side.
Do you want a cricket?
What do you do?
Nothing. He's just being himself.
Okay. I don't really know why I opened that. Well, it's fine.
Anyway, moving down.
There are no crickets in there.
There aren't any crickets in there. Oh, in the thing. Hello, Danny. How are you on this fine Friday? Let's see. What's next? What next cruise HT? What's our next cruise? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah.
We have no cruise.
We don't have one.
We're not booked on anything. It's sad. I know. It's very sad. Yeah. Hey, Les. Good evening, Les.
What is happening here? All right.
Who else we got here?
You ready for this?
Oh, Sean, there. That's good. That's good timing, Sean. We got one of your natives here. See if he wants to eat that. He's thinking about it. Oh!
I didn't let go of it.
You did not let go of it.
I'm sorry.
That was cruel.
That was really mean.
Here,
I'll do.
Here. Are you upset now? Nope. There we go. Sorry about the graphic cricket violence. Hope that doesn't offend anybody. Let go of it this time.
Yeah. You gonna eat it?
There
Oh,
we
there's
go.
a cricket leg.
Oh, you're getting cricket legs on my keyboard. Hello, Michael Ann. How are you tonight? JT says we got Royal and NCL. I know you posted like you're going on the Viva in like 59 days or something like
Well,
that.
probably 58 now because it
58.
wasn't that
Yeah,
posted
that's
yesterday.
true. That's true. And look at that. You got a hi from Anita, Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, you want another one? Oh yeah, Marty's got an appetite. Let's see, lots of people saying hello to everybody. Let me just say that Helping Hands for Cruising next Friday is the start of the next Helping Hands for Cruising Cruiseathon. So it's going to be Friday and Saturday. We will be on at our
We're gonna be 8 o'clock.
8 to 9. So definitely join us there. Support Helping Hands for Cruising. But there's going to be a lot of channels going on Friday and Saturday. And so check out all of the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruiseathon. And
we may be
give them
doing
some support.
some prizes or something like that for donations.
Looking into it.
We're working on it. We kind of slacked on it and
Les
stuff.
has 8 days until their next cruise, which I believe is out of Tampa on the Pride or something like that.
Is that one? Because we were just talking about that.
Because we were just talking about that.
Wow, you're just gonna repeat everything I say?
He's gonna repeat everything I say. Oh, he's gonna go to you now. He's like, I
Oh.
see the crickets. He's in the lizard treadmill.
Yeah.
Oh, distracted by
that was slimy. Did you see that spit slobber come off?
He's a little spitty, this one. Why do you have to poop?
Do you want me to put him
You
in?
ate a lot yesterday. You didn't poop. I'm a little concerned about that because your poop smells real bad. Anyway, poop smells.
Do you want me to keep giving him crickets, or
if you want to?
We're probably gonna finish them here.
That's all right because we're gonna get him more tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't like these crickets. I definitely like the other ones better.
How do you feel about these crickets, Marty? Let's see what else we've got here. Oh yeah, Les, let us know if that is the one because I know we want to like meet up with you guys and say hey, if that's possible with your schedule and stuff. Oh yeah, you got a little shed on your head, buddy. Oh, is Alana there too? Hello, Alana, if you are there too, and even if you're not there, hello, Alana. Let's see.
They're much easier to grab out of the cup.
Yeah. You said something about an next cruise. Oh, you said something about an next cruise?
I did?
I don't know. That's what JT's implying, I think.
We don't have another cruise booked.
334 days until the Down Under Cruisers cruise over in Down Underland in Oz, Australia. Stacy says we are 15 days from our back-to-back on the Carnival Magic. 15 days. That's awesome. And that's when they're going to turn platinum. That's cool. Carnival Magic. Tell us, Stacy, where are you going on those back-to-back cruises?
All right.
Where are you sailing out of? And where are you going to?
I think we're done there. I can't get them out. So
I'm sorry.
You can go here.
We have worms.
Yeah.
Do you want to go there? All right. He's still a little runny. Not runny. That's a bad choice of words.
Please don't use that.
He's still a little active.
Well, we'll see. If he starts to wiggle around, I'll put him down for a little bit.
He's just a little guy. He's just a young guy.
I can't scooch because your chair is... Thanks. That's all I needed. Okay. You want to take a break?
All right. Sorry, typo. Royal and NCL do double points for suites. Okay. Jeff, he's going on the Carnival Horizon in 29 days. Wow.
Awesome.
See, we're trying. We don't have anything booked because we want to go to Australia, which we haven't really done a lot of planning for yet. So we're like putting everything on hold. But now I'm seeing all these cruise, countdowns, and I'm like, man, because we got nothing booked, nothing. And the last cruise we were on was November.
I know.
That's been a minute.
Yeah.
That's a long time for us to not be booked. Tommy Casabona is well, he's not dead. I'd say he's rolling in his grave. He's not happy with us. I will be kicking off the Cruisathon 6 p.m. Eastern, Friday the 9th. So Michael Ann, Spoiled Mama, go over there right now and subscribe and support her 6 p.m. Friday.
Marty's looking at y'all.
6 p.m. I don't even know if we'll be home from work yet. Maybe, probably.
Okay, we're taking a break.
Marty ate a lot of food last night.
I'm just a little concerned.
That Sean dude is so rude. Let me say day to all.
Good day.
Good day to all on his behalf. Oh yeah, Super Bowl cruise. I wonder if Klaykowski's cruising. Doesn't he always do a Super Bowl cruise? I feel like he always does a cruise during the Super Bowl.
I don't
know. You want me to give you back the mouse?
I don't care. Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, you take the mouse.
Okay.
You're better at the mouse.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It's the most amazing cruisathon that we have put together. We are looking to raise $10,000. By the way, we are a 501c approved.
Oh, that's awesome!
Nice.
That's awesome! Congratulations!
That's really
that is really good. That is very, very good. And that just means that there's room to grow.
Yeah. And it says 36 more days till our cruise on the Ruby Princess.
36 days till the Ruby Princess. Where does that sail out of? That sails out of Miami or Fort Lauderdale, Ruby Princess. Stacy says Miami, Grand Turk, Amber Cove, Nassau, St. Martin, St. Thomas, San Juan, and Grand Turk. Wow. That's the back-to-back. It's leaving out of Miami. It's leaving out of Miami. Okay. So let me see if I can figure this out. So the first one is Grand Turk, Amber Cove, Nassau.
That's probably it.
And then the second one is St. Martin. Well, I don't know, because that's St. Martin, St. Thomas, San Juan, and Grand Turk. Okay, so the first one is 3 ports, but those are closer. That's weird, because those are closer. And then the second one's 4 ports. Is that, do I got that right? That is cool. I have not been to St. Martin, but I've been to all those other ports, and yeah, that's a good cruise right there.
If you poop, I'll take you back out.
She's talking to the lizard. In case you just tuned in,
sorry.
She's not talking to me. Okay, we don't discuss that unless we absolutely have to. But I like your brooch. It looks so alive. Yes.
He's upset with me right now.
I mean, he's an Australian brooch. He wants to be on camera. He's like,
JT saying, join us in December for Jen's 50th birthday in Mardi Gras. You know where we stand on that.
Yeah, I mean, once we get things sorted out, then we can progress, but we have to sort things out there.
Right. Hey there, Paul.
Hello, Paul. Paul, I was sick last weekend. I'm better now. However, this morning I woke up and I don't know if this is like the dry air. I had like a weird sneeze, runny nose thing, and then it stopped. But I've had a little bit of a deeper voice today. It's still a little bit deeper than normal, I think. Yeah. But this morning it was like I was in full Paul mode this morning. That's all I'm saying.
He looks so cute right now. I just want to take him back out.
She was talking about me that time. That wasn't the lizard she was talking about. Oh no, she was talking about the lizard.
All right. That's people saying hi. Oh,
and hello, Paul, by the way.
Let's see. The R&R Tribute Cruise is all organized November 29th, 2025 on the Norwegian Joy out of Canaveral.
Nice. That's going to be a big cruise.
Okay, and the Ruby sails out of Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Stacy said, yep, the first one is 6 days and the second is 8.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, that makes sense. 6 and an 8.
And JT says, can't blame me for trying. True. I mean, you can try. You're going to get the same answer until I know more.
Your persuasion methods will not be successful until things change and we figure out our life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's talk cruising here.
We're going to talk cruising?
Man, my glasses are really dirty. So I saw a post today from our friend Brian that popped up in my Facebook feed.
Mm.
And it had to do with ducks and Disney, since, we were talking Disney last week and stuff. But turns out, according to, I think it was a cruise radio story, that Disney is not good, no bueno on the ducks on the cruise ship. They don't like it. They don't want your ducks on their cruise. They only want Daffy and Donald. No, not Daffy. Daisy and Donald on their cruise. The little rubber duckies that people hide, they don't like it. They don't want it. They're not going to throw anybody in the brig over it, but they're discouraging people from bringing them. And if the crew finds them, they're just going to get rid of them. They're just going to dispose of them. So John Heald's answer to that was, we think it's awesome and fun. And those I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, so that's interesting. I guess, I don't know. They say the NFL's the no fun league. Is Disney the no fun cruise line? There's not a good acronym there, but what up? Just because you can't sell ducks at 5 times the price to people that they can hide? What's the deal, Disney? Anyway, I thought that was, party poopers, right? Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? That's kind of crappy, I'd say. Kind of crappy. So that's that cruise news there.
Yeah.
Look at that cruise news here on Fantastic Cruising,
where we once in a while talk about cruising.
In other news, trying to figure out where Carnival Celebration Key is going to be. I know it's going to be on.
All right, I'm going to interrupt.
Okay.
JT says, I've seen crew on Carnival grab cruise ducks.
Well, they may grab them, but they're not grabbing them to clean them up and get rid of them. Maybe they want them, or I don't know. But because John Heald was like, no, we think it's amazing. We think it's awesome. That's from the 5 seconds of clicking on things. That's what it seemed like.
Paul says, when are you doing another group cruise? Well,
we don't even know we're doing another cruise.
I don't know. So right now our plan is to go to Australia probably in the fall, but because that is right now just probably in the fall and nothing is planned, that is all we have planned right now. So once we figure out where we are with that, we'll figure out what we're doing for our next vacation or cruise after that, and we'll go from there. Yeah. So I don't have an answer to that question.
Yeah. So we don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. But
yeah. And hello, Cruise Nuts.
Sean's got the itinerary for that R&R cruise.
Leaves out of Canaveral, goes to Puerto Plata.
I've never been to Puerto Plata. I mean, that's close to Amber Cove, I believe.
Tortola, Great Stir.
Haven't been to Tortola. I've been to Great.
Deposits at $50.
Okay. Cool. So that's cool, and that's going to have at least one person that is going to be sponsored, I believe. I'm sure there's going to be at least one sponsored person from Helping Hands for Cruising on that. So not only can you go to the Cruise-a-thon next week and support Helping Hands for Cruising, but you could actually go on a cruise with the people that they are sending on cruises, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
Lots of fun there. So anyway, Celebration Key. I know it's on Grand Bahama, which is interesting because I don't think it's actually a key, because a key is an island. And you can call it a K or a key. It's still an island. That is not in.
It's technically on an island.
Yeah, but a key.
Oh, I know.
It's different. It's Grand Bahama's a big island. It would have to be an island off of Grand Bahama, and it's not. So they're kind of playing fast and loose with the key thing there. But I don't care about that. That's semantics. I saw on one of the big cruise websites that it is about 20 miles east of. On the south side of the island, about 20 miles east of Freeport. Right now, if you go to Google Maps, it's hard to say because there doesn't, at least the view I got didn't look like anything was started or anything from the satellite pictures that were available.
Are there any little islands around there?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
So interesting. Not a ton of information out about it yet. I'm not excited about it yet. We'll see what happens. I know they're talking about different sectors and stuff, but then when you look at the sectors, it's like the the place where you buy things, the place where kids can't go. I don't see anything that's like, this is where the amazing snorkeling will happen. So we'll see. We'll see.
It says there's excursions.
Right, but I don't want excursions.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I love about like Half Moon
You
Cay,
can just jump off and
I can
snorkel.
just go. Grand
Yeah.
Turk, I can just get in the water and go. Grand Cayman, like I don't need to pay extra. I don't have to worry about my time so much. That's what I like about private islands, especially. So we'll see. We'll see what they got to offer. But it's interesting.
Yeah. Paul says, if you don't want to cruise with me, you can just say so. That's not true at all, because next time we cruise together, we're doing a longer D&D campaign. And you're getting all the boots you want. Les says, would love to go to Australia and never made it there. Well, there's still time.
There's still time.
There's
still there.
Time. JT said, don't get all technical, Matt.
I don't know which part I was getting technical about, but I'll try.
Les says, is it true or is it fictitious that everything wants to kill you in Australia? I'm kidding, of course.
only Sean wants to kill you in Australia, but he's easily fended off with a bag of Tim Tams. So it's all good.
Do him a little stick some Vegemite in front of him, and he'll go
that's
running.
like kryptonite.
That's like deterrent.
But Tim Tams, you get more. What's the saying? You get more flies with honey than vinegar.
Oh yeah. King Viper Jeff says, got a cruise booked on Carnival Celebration February 2026 that goes to Celebration Key.
Interesting. Yeah, Jeff. So I am curious to see what they're gonna do there. And I really, of course, the thing I want to know that most people probably don't care about is how's the snorkeling. So if we haven't gotten there before then, you'll have to let us know what it's like at Celebration Key.
Well, Stacy will be there August of 25.
So even closer. And I know Stacy will probably snorkel. So you give me
usually records
give me
video.
the lowdown. Yeah, he's got the camera and stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think he's tinkered even with a YouTube channel here and there.
Yeah.
We can
he's the YouTube channel that doesn't put out videos.
I mean, so are we.
Well,
so,
right.
You're like glass houses and throwing rocks and stuff. But
I'm just that's what he calls himself.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not what we call ourselves, and yet that's who we are.
No, we still say we're doing the podcast. This is not a podcast. Unless you want to call it that, and then let's do it. Hey there, Larry.
Hey, Larry. Bombini.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Has Larry been here? Larry, were you on last week? I want to get him back out. Do you think that's?
I don't remember he popped in last week. He may have.
Should I give him a longer break?
Get him back out.
He's not.
The lizard is not stressed.
He's just scratching.
He literally eats while he's in my hand on camera. That is not a thing a stressed out lizard does at all. He's either active because he's just active and he's a young little lizard, or
I thought maybe he would poo, but he didn't do that. So there we go. Hey, Larry, this is Marty, or CMG, or whatever you want to call him.
Well, not whatever you want to call him.
Well, no, CMG or Marty. You can also call him by his full name, Carnival Mardi Gras. But that's a lot more words.
Tons of words. Tons of words.
Let's see. JT says Celebration Key will be more like Perfect Day.
Yeah, and I do like Coco Cay, for sure. I liked it better before the changes. I thought when they made all the changes, that'd be fine because it just keep people out of the area where I'm snorkeling, which kind of did happen. The only complaint I have about Perfect Day or Coco Cay is that in their renovations, they closed off some of the areas where they used to let me snorkel, and that kind of annoys me. But yeah, I mean, but still, there is still okay snorkeling, and we saw a shark there, so a lemon shark. Cool. So that was awesome. I'm not going to complain whenever I see a lemon shark. Is that where we saw the? That's not where we saw the squid. That was happening. Okay. So. Yeah. So yeah, if there's good snorkeling then I don't care. Then I'm golden. Like you could get all the amenities for everybody else that people want. You know, the bars and the water slides and the whatevers. That's great. Give me some coral reef that I can go explore and the whole day, and I'm a happy camper.
Larry says, "Oh, cute." Amanda wants to know what kind it is. Marty is a bearded dragon. And if you rewatch the beginning of the video, he ate some crickets.
He's a red tiger.
He is. He's a red tiger. You see his red stripies. He doesn't look like he's shedding on the video, but he is. He's a little dull. So he's getting ready to shed his back again.
Because he's a growing boy.
He's a growing boy.
Marty was born. If you missed this last week, Marty was born approximately on the day we got married. He was hatched, I should say. I'm
sorry. I'm going to interrupt one more time before it leaves. Hey there, Tony.
Oh, hey, Tony.
Welcome. Now you can continue.
So that's let's see, November, December, January. That we're almost at 3 months old. Now let me just tell you. Okay, you see how big this lizard is. When bearded dragons hatch out of the egg with their tail, they're about that big. This lizard likes to eat food.
Oh, yeah, he's a very food-motivated lizard.
This lizard would like cruising because he does two things. He basks in the sun and he eats lots of food.
Les wants to know how big CMG will get.
CMG is, we think, a male, and males, unlike many reptiles, males of bearded dragons do get larger than females. So with his tail, he could potentially get about that big, a body and head about like that. That would be an average male head, probably about that. I'm trying to give you a scale because I know it's like forced perspective. Head about like that compared to what he is now. But there are some that get a little bit bigger and some that stay a little bit smaller, just like people. And we don't know what his lineage is exactly as far as size goes, just as colors. But he'll probably be an average size male if you are indeed a boy. Yeah, I don't know.
His poop smells like it.
What?
And his poop smells like it.
Boys have different smelling poop?
Yeah, girls don't poop.
Okay.
We're precious.
Yeah, okay.
JT says Matt wants to snorkel and 1 million people a year want a water park.
This is true. No, I mean totally 100%. But I'm not the only one,
Dude.
And to each their own. I don't care if people want to go and booze and stuff. That's cool. Like JT says, you do you, but that's what I like to do. I can booze here. I want to snorkel. I want to go cruising so I can get to tropical areas and coral reefs and rainforests and things like that.
All right. King Viper Jeff says, I'd go snorkeling, but I don't know how to swim.
Look, Jeff, here's the thing, man. If this is one of the nice things about places like Half Moon Cay, Coco Cay, probably Celebration Key will be this way if they have a decent snorkeling area. Because you just walk in and the water is often pretty shallow, you don't really have to be a swimmer. And you're in salt water, you float. You could wear a snorkel vest. Usually they have them available, or you could rent them for cheap, and they'll keep you floating. Jeff, you spend 10 minutes with me in that condition, I'll have you snorkeling. It's easy because you just literally lay down with your face in the water and breathe through a tube, and you're good. You're good.
Ed says we will be booking Alaska cruise for summer of 2025 on Princess soon.
Nice. Summer 2025. That's.
I don't know what this is referring to because it's been a minute, but JT wants in between.
Oh, I think he wants in between. I know what he wants. He wants in between the boozing and the snorkeling.
Oh, we're back to that. Got it.
He likes a little bit of snorkeling and then to go booze. That's what JT wants.
So JT has never seen a bearded dragon that big.
Oh yeah, they get big. Males, females stay head a little bit smaller, but yeah.
Michael Ann's neighbor has a bearded dragon named Oz.
Well, that's appropriate.
Let's see. Larry says that Marty is very cute.
He's pretty cute.
Well, thank you.
He is pretty cute.
He's real funny. He sits under his heat lamp on his brick with his head up in the air and his mouth wide open. It's real cute.
You know why he does that?
To cool off his brain.
Yeah. So he's trying to heat his body, but he doesn't want his brain to overheat, or he wants to, or he just wants to regulate his temperature. So since reptiles can't sweat, they'll open their mouths. Certain species will open their mouths, and their tongue has moisture on it.
I don't know where you're trying to go.
So that water will evaporate and cool. So it works really well to cool the head where the brain is, where the computer is. Cool the CPU, but heat up the digestive system. Heat up the motor. Whoop. So that so you can so you can digest all those calories.
Anita says, "Wow, he can get that big." Ed says, "If he gets that big, Kimber can sit on his shoulder." Maybe.
When he gets that big, he'll probably just sit on their shoulder.
We won't be wiggling like this.
The whole thing, and yeah, because they get a little more slow and chill typically as they get bigger. I mean, he's pretty chill now, to be honest, but yeah.
Les says that they love to snorkel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
And JT says he's pretty buoyant.
I mean, most people are pretty buoyant in saltwater, especially. Most people are real buoyant because saltwater is more dense than freshwater. So that's why divers wear weight belts and stuff. Even when I free dive, I have to wear weight belts if I don't want to have to constantly fight against floating. Nobody can see you, Marty. You want to jump? Step up. Are you a bird? No, you're not a bird.
Stacy also loves to snorkel. Yeah. And Larry said snorkeling is amazing. I snorkeled with Matt and Kimbra in Aruba.
Yep,
Indeed.
Yep.
And then we had rum punch.
So we did the JT experience on that. And Larry can tell you stories.
Michael Ann says, tried snorkeling when I was a kid. Not a good experience. Would like to try again sometime.
Yeah. And Michael Ann, whenever I hear that kind of thing, it makes me hope that you will try it again, because I know like one negative experience can really
you got him? You want me to take him?
He's fine.
Okay.
Can really turn people's, it can change your whole perspective on things. I get that. I totally get that. But yeah, give it another shot, because you might really enjoy it.
Stacy says the real reason he sits with his mouth open is because he was waiting for a treat.
Well, this lizard's always waiting for a treat.
Yeah.
Yesterday he got a hibiscus flower. He got part of a strawberry. He got he didn't eat lettuce last night. He got mealworms and crickets. Yeah.
He needs to poop. JT says, what is the JT experience?
The drinking and snorkeling bit. You going down my bed?
He's going down.
He's like, I want to go explore over there. What's that thing on the floor?
A bag.
But he's never seen that bag.
Well, I mean, I don't know how to help you, man. You can't run away. Let's see, where are we? GT says he has a hibiscus candle in mind.
Yeah. Well, this lizard would probably eat it. Not really. Well, he might. I don't know.
The bourbon experience.
Yeah, there you go. That's the JT experience. That's the JT experience that he gave me. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and they said, oh yeah, on MSC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't eat your mom's hair because it's purple. What are you looking at? You see the lights? I see the lights. Boop, 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 boop. Where are you going? So give us some cruising topics to talk about. Do you guys have questions, comments, opinions, thoughts? Let's talk some cruising. This is a cruising live stream after all. Let's talk about it, as they say, as some people say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Larry says, I would love to have one, but I think our cat Charlie would not be happy.
You never know. Cat might enjoy watching it. Probably wouldn't care because the lizard does this most of the time. But the crickets would be entertaining for the cat.
Danny says he's a character walking all over.
Yep. Oh!
Okay. He almost ended up as an absinthe lizard.
Are you like a drink decoration? What do you call that? Like, you see that? He landed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it off camera, but he like totally landed like on the top of my glass there. Do you like absinthe? You can't have any absinthe. You're too young.
Are lizard years like dog years? Or are they like people years?
Well, these guys average, we used to say like about 7 to 10 years, but now I think people are saying like 12 to 15. So I think that the husbandry has improved. So that's probably close to like a small dog.
Yeah. Let's see. Stacy says the honey peach old fashioned I had last week was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And C Days, next week's podcast will be about Icon of the Seas with a special guest.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Michael Ann, my neighbor has cats too, Larry. Oz likes to lay in their cat tree in the window in the summertime.
Oh yeah. I could see that.
Oh, Stacy and Gina are doing the behind the fun tour on the Magic.
Cool. Well, when you guys get back, we'll bring you on if you want, and we'll do a behind the scenes interview about the behind the scenes tour. Yeah.
Besides snorkeling, what's a good thing to do in Aruba?
Oh man, let me tell you. Aruba is got a lot of interesting geological formations and things like that. There's actually a lot to see. Ooh, that was like reverse. Beep, beep, beep. There's a lot to see in Aruba. Depends on what you like. So do you like culture, history, nature? There's a little bit of all that in Aruba, I would say. We did book outside the cruise line tour in Aruba. That didn't work out very well for us. I mean, it was still fine, but I would say that I wouldn't recommend the place that we went through for that. The problem is the places that they take you, it's like every other tour group's going there. So it's just kind of like a circus. But but there are some cool things there. There are some really beautiful areas. And yeah, what do you like? Like, are you more history, nature, culture, food, just food and fun, just party it up, and we might be able to get you some ideas. Aruba is a beautiful island, though.
Paul says, Miss Kimber, where is your buddy, the haircutting woman? Who is the haircutting woman?
Maybe he's talking about. Oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. Matt and Viviana. Maybe Viviana, because
Viviana doesn't cut hair.
No, but she dyes your hair.
Yeah. Is that who you're talking about?
I don't know.
Let me know.
We don't know any beauticians.
Yeah. Les says that they did the behind the fun tour on the Breeze.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, that's interesting too.
JT says, don't do the Aloe tour.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, the tour we did was just bad because they took us to like 5 stops before the tour even started, and it just kept getting more people on it. And then we spent like way too much time in an aloe factory where they just tried to sell you overpriced products. And after that, it was okay, but like the mood was spoiled, I think. But we had fun because we saw the blue spotted whiptail lizards in abundance, so we really liked that. But it was also like blazing hot when we were there and stuff. Like a lot of things went kind of pear-shaped on that tour. And then in Bonaire, it was like the opposite experience. Yeah. It was like the most amazing tour ever. But that was more, I think, to do with the tour company we booked through.
You want me to put him back?
If you want.
Because I think he's done.
You think he's done?
You don't think so?
I mean, he's pretty rambunctious little guy.
We'll see how long
But-
he sits like this, and then we'll put him back.
You roll the dice when you book an excursion sometimes, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, I mean, it still is fun, but it just wasn't. There were just things that didn't work out real well. But there's good stuff.
Breathing heavy, little dude. Look at him.
Yeah. Do you know that reptiles like lizards and even crocodilians, they can't breathe and run at the same time?
Well, is that why he's like breathing after he goes crazy?
Yeah. I mean, they literally can't do that. Like that's
Look at him just sitting here.
birds can do that and mammals can do that. But
Larry says rent golf carts and explore.
so
Can you do that on Aruba?
I don't know about Aruba. Bonaire, yes, but you got to do it in advance, I think. But Aruba, you might be able to do that. But Aruba, the roads are a little busier. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend that. Maybe other people have done it, and maybe I would if I knew that. But Bonaire definitely is a good place to do that.
Yeah. Ananda says Marty looks like you.
Like who?
You.
Like me?
Matt.
Marty looks like me?
It says, Matt, Ananda says Marty looks like you.
I mean, he is a bearded dragon after all. which, by the way, I used to always tell people this. He's called a bearded dragon.
Hold on. Sorry, I need to read like 2 of these before it goes off the screen.
Okay.
Mike Land says, check out Lucy's Retired Surfers Bar and Restaurant in Aruba. Good food and walking distance from the port.
There you go.
And Les says, Lucy's Bar in Aruba is a great place to chill.
Okay. Yeah, he's not bearded. He doesn't have a beard, and he doesn't breathe fire. But when bearded dragons get territorial or upset, sometimes they can puff that whole chin area up and make it spiky, and it will turn like almost black. Of course, he's not going to do that because he's young, and he's not afraid of anything right now, and he's not being territorial because the hormones haven't kicked in. So, but I bet he'll do that every now and then when he's older, and he'll bob his head and do all that sort of thing.
Where you going? Todd is in here.
Hey, Todd.
Let's see.
Todd, I ate your second jar of salsa this week. I had already eaten the first. I mean, not that you designated one first and second, but I did enjoy that this week. It was quite yummy.
She says you have the same coloring, and he has your nose.
He's very active. We have the same nose.
Boop. I've lost where we're at. I apologize if I've missed your comment. A lot of things.
Just put it back in there.
Yeah, just say it again.
JT says I can't breathe and run either.
Oh, JT says only 2 people have liked this live. Oh, he also says, yep, same nose.
I know what you're going to do. You're just going to take off running.
That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to wait until we're not looking. Are you touching my back because you love me or because you're going to catch him?
Yes.
Todd says, time to send more. He'll eat it. So,
Todd, they were both really delicious, but the first one was spicier. And I do like my spice. But I'm just saying that. I'm not asking you to send me more because that's very generous of you. And I don't mean to imply that I'm asking you to do that.
Hey, there's Brian.
But it's very good.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Brian. Brian that I was talking about in the beginning.
That would be the Brian.
We summoned him. Brian, I was talking about your post about the Disney not liking the ducks, which is interesting and party pooperish.
Larry's gonna go cook some steak tacos.
Fake tacos?
Steak
tacos. That makes much more sense.
And Paul says yes, referring to Viviana. Viviana's living her life, doing her thing. Her birthday's coming up, and I think we're gonna hang out with them, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Anita says that they booked a scenic coastal cruise with snorkeling, hoping it's a good excursion. Sounds cool. Where's that booked at? Danny says, I think his ears were ringing.
Perhaps they were.
Todd says, need to send Kimbra some small turtle ears. They are less than an inch. Oh, they're snorkeling in St. Kitts. Very cool.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know how that goes, because I'm always curious about snorkeling.
Brian says, yeah, they don't like them anymore on Disney. Personally, I'm surprised they didn't start selling Disney ducks in the gift shop to hide.
Well, that's
and
probably
then
what's
tell
coming
employees
next.
to take them all.
Yeah, like 5 times the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then John Heels was like, we're good with it. We like it. We think it's fun. Whatever, Disney. Do whatever you want, Disney. I mean, we're going to your theme parks now, so
It's true.
Brian, we do not have any trips planned. We are trying to get to Australia, but we're not trying very hard. So we need to try harder.
I mean, I've been saving money.
Yeah, but we need to like plan and see what we need to look at logistics and see what actually needs to happen for us to make that a reality. So, yes, Anita, let us know how the snorkeling goes over there.
Les says, hey, Matt and Kimbra, since you guys are from the Tampa area, have you ever tried smoked mullet?
No, but that's because neither one of us like the taste of seafood. However, I've lived most of my time in St. Pete, and there is a place in St. Pete that is in Pass-a-Grille, which is kind of south St. Pete-ish, sort of on the Gulf side. And it's called Ted Peters, and they are famous, like lined up around the block to get their smoked fish dip, I think it is, that people eat there, but smoked mullet. So I know it's really, really popular, and people that like seafood think it's amazing. Neither one of us like seafood, though, so we wouldn't like it. But but if you like seafood, it's supposed to be really, 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 really good.
Todd says you can go anywhere on easy payment.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, but it's got to be planned.
Oh, now JT says I'm a fishy guy and doesn't like smoked mullet. So apparently not everybody likes the smoked mullet. But yeah. I just know that like Ted Peters is like a thing. Like it's like people are really into it. So I don't know. Do you like smoked mullet? There are no fish in the outback. Well, there probably are somewhere, but not many. You probably have never seen a fish. Have you ever seen a fish?
He's probably never seen a fish.
You've never seen a fish? Huh. I take you to the aquarium, but that's like a quarantine violation. Unless you are a service bearded dragon. Then they can't ask any questions. We'll get you a little vest.
Brian says they have a lot of reposition cruises to Australia that are not bad priced, but then the flight home.
That's an interesting. The only problem with that, Brian, I really like that idea. The only problem with that is that then you have to spend a lot more days of your vacation time not in Australia, which I don't mind spending vacation time on a cruise ship for sure, but when that is taking away from Australia time,
if we didn't
depends on how many days it was.
Yeah, if we had just kind of like unlimited time to do this trip, then I'd be all for doing
that'd be
more
amazing.
like that.
That'd be
but
awesome.
Because we only have a certain number of days that we can take off of work,
or to come back on a cruise would be cool.
But we are limited, so yeah.
But that would be really cool.
I'm gonna put him back. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Plus it's almost time for his light to go off.
Oh, it's bedtime. He is a youngling.
Yeah, a youngling.
We've been watching Star Wars, so I say things like youngling right now. So yeah, an interesting proposition though. Smoked mullet like Scotch. It's in a taste. Okay, so and I like Scotch and JT doesn't. So that if I like seafood, maybe I would like smoked mullet, or maybe not. I don't know. Oh, okay. And Les says it's like Scotch. It's an acquired taste. Okay, yeah. I have acquired the taste for Scotch, but seafood makes me
I'm
irpy.
gonna take this.
How about deviled crab and Cuban? So deviled crab would fall into the seafood category. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not an ethical thing. If it's sustainably sourced, I don't have any problems with that. It's just if it's even remotely close to fishy, it makes me want to vomit. I don't like that is how I feel, but it just is
It'd be
my
real
body.
easy to eat like healthier if
Right?
we could eat seafood.
And there's so much good seafood in Florida. It
Yeah.
really kind of annoys me that I can't eat seafood, but I can't.
Yeah.
Cuban sandwiches, however, I have strong opinions about. I'm a very big fan of Cuban sandwiches, and yes, and
Can you not drip on that?
and here's what I will tell you, Les. Sailing out of Tampa, there is a very famous restaurant that started in Tampa called
Columbia.
the Columbia, and the Columbia is an Ybor city, which is just a trolley ride away from Tampa, but it's from downtown Tampa, but it's a more of a dinner place. But the Columbia has a thing called the Columbia Cafe, which is underneath the History Museum, which is literally right by the cruise port. It's like we walk past that area almost every day, just go to Publix to get lunch or whatever. And they have really good Cuban sandwiches and other Cuban food as well. If you are in Tampa and you want really good Cuban food, that is one of the top 3 places that I know about that I would recommend. And the other one that I would recommend also is not in Tampa. Well, there is one in Tampa, but I haven't eaten at that location. But over in Treasure Island, called the Floridian, that's just going to be mostly Cuban sandwiches and a couple other sandwiches. And then there are a lot of small, independently owned Cuban restaurants that often have amazing Cuban sandwiches. That the other one I would recommend closed, unfortunately. But there are a lot, and most of them you're going to do good if you go to any of those. But yeah.
All right. JT said it's about my bedtime as well.
He goes to bed at the same time as Marty.
Yeah.
Probably earlier.
Stacey said I just got an extra week of vacation, so now I have 4 weeks a year.
Nice.
Brian says, did you see the new video for Universal's Epic Universe? Some cool things look to be coming there, including the expanded Harry Potter portal. Yes, we are super excited for Epic Universe.
We didn't see a video though.
No, but we've seen.
We didn't see a new video.
No, we've seen some videos of people like showing like some of the construction overviews and stuff. Yes, we are very excited for the Harry Potter area as well as the How to Train Your Dragon area
and the classic monsters. Like this theme park, if it
Nintendo.
I mean, you're excited about Nintendo.
I don't really care about the monsters.
Nintendo. But I will say that like if this theme park pans out, this will be the best theme park for me as far as like having the most things that I like. Because the other Universals, I like Jurassic Park, but that area is not that exciting.
Right.
And I like Harry Potter.
Right.
But this will have Harry Potter, How to Train Your Dragon, which is way up on my list of things.
Yeah.
And then classic monsters, which I like, especially if they have like Creature of the Black Lagoon stuff. The other ones, I think they're cool. I'm not like a huge fanboy of classic monsters, but I am a big fanboy of Creature from the Black Lagoon. So, yeah. So that'd be awesome. Right now, though, we have Disney Pass, so we are rediscovering Disney, and I've gotten over my angst, my old man angst from all the millennials and generation whatevers that ruined Star Wars for me, and we're actually working our way back through the Star Wars series. So
yeah, we've watched most of
progress.
We are we just finished The Mandalorian. We are getting ready to start Ahsoka. We are watching it in timeline order.
As much as we can, because they're still making the series.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're working our way through it.
Oh, good. Brian's going to send us a link.
Cool.
to that.
Let's see. We're back up here. Les says, "What's your favorite Cuban sandwich, Tampa or Miami?"
Honestly, Les, I have had Miami Cubans, but not enough to really say definitively. If memory serves, one of them, I think the Tampa one, I think has salami, and the Miami one doesn't. Is that the difference?
There's no salami.
There's no salami. I think there's salami on one of them.
Not in any of them that I've eaten. I've
Maybe
never had one in Miami.
Well, let's Google that. Google the difference, or tell us what is the difference.
It's pork and.
I thought it was salami was the difference.
Right. Okay, but all I've ever had is pork and ham. It doesn't have salami on it, which means that would be Miami because I've never had one.
Just Google.
Wow.
Where were we at here?
Well, I would have done that, but you told me I had to do this.
Brian says Colombia is delicious.
Okay. This says that the Tampa one has salami. I've never had salami on a Cuban.
Have you had one at the Columbia?
Yeah.
Then you have.
Okay. Well.
You've had one at the Floridian?
Yeah.
Then you have. So I am a big fan of salami. So I'm going to say that I like the Tampa one better because salami is my favorite lunch meat. So, but I don't remember eating one in Miami and being like, this tastes totally different. But I've only had maybe a Cuban like in the Keys. I don't think I've had one in Miami, but it was a Miami style one probably because it was in the Keys. I've had one there a couple times maybe. But yeah, I'm more accustomed to the Tampa Cuban, and I am definitely a big fan of that.
Les says, I had a sandwich in Havana, Cuba that technically I guess I could call a Cuban sandwich, but it was nothing like the Tampa or Miami one.
I wonder, and I don't know the history of the Cuban sandwich very well, but I wonder if the Cuban sandwich is actually something that was born in Florida, like from Cuban immigrants, obviously, but I don't know. I don't really know if that's the case, but I would be curious. Like a lot of the Mexican food we eat is not actually Mexican food. Like what I call authentic Mexican restaurants are really not. They're like American Mexican restaurants, but I like those. I don't know. Same with Chinese food, right? Like the standard Chinese food you get, that's not like what you get in China.
Right.
That's like American food that was adapted by Chinese immigrants. So
JT's off here, but he said we need to go there to Columbia. So well, good night if you're still there. But
yeah.
If you're not
always
there,
up for the
he went to bed.
Always up for the Columbia.
Stacy said that we also need to go there next time they're down here.
We've only been to Columbia twice. Once in Sarasota with your mom and Rob, right? Yeah. And then once
we've been there more than twice, but go ahead and tell your other one.
Well, I mean the actual Columbia, not the Columbia Cafe.
Okay.
And then we were at the Columbia with Alana and Raphael Zingano. Yeah, Alana Zingano. And then we've been to
the
cafe with Todd
and with
Klaykowski. So we've done a lot of cruising things at the Columbia. But yeah, we're always up for this.
Surprised I remembered all that?
I am. Well, no, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised I didn't either.
Yeah.
Well, I did when you said it, but
let's see. Brian says the video came out yesterday. It's a werewolf roller coaster.
Interesting.
Cool. Mike Land says, "Don't get the Cuban from the deli on the cruise ship. It wasn't great."
No.
Yeah, that's not really the thing.
And never get a Cuban with high expectations at like a generic restaurant. Like if you go to like Chili's, I don't think they have one, but if you go to a restaurant like Chili's and you order a Cuban, you're not gonna get a Cuban. You might get something that sort of looks and tastes like a Cuban, but it's not. Do not judge the Cuban sandwich by that experience. I know there are places in like St. Louis that had Cuban sandwiches, and I just laughed when I tasted it. But It's not. Yeah, it's not going to be the same thing. You want to typically you want to go to like the Columbia, or you want to go to like that mom and pop Cuban place. You want like a Cuban person behind the counter cooking your sandwich, making your sandwich. Like not cook. Well, yeah, they do.
I feel like you're telling me that. Like
I'm talking to you, but to them, right? So like, you know, like that's going to give you the best. You know, like a little Italian grandma making you pasta, right? Like that's going to be the best pasta, I guess. I don't like pasta, but if you do, I assume that's going to be the best pasta.
Yeah, I like pasta. Pasta on the MSC is really good.
All right, where are we at?
Michael Ann was talking about her Cuban on the ship.
Yeah, I don't even get the Cubans on the ship because it's not. Yeah, it's not.
She had a good one at Latino restaurant in Miami.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you do. Yep, and they'll probably be better priced too. What I do at the Columbia is I get they have like a special where you can get like half a Cuban, because Cuban sandwiches are like big, typically, and then like half of bowl of soup. So I get like the black bean soup and the Cuban, and then it usually comes with a piece of Cuban bread, which is amazing. It's like toasted, and then you get the hot sauce. And that's where I discovered my favorite pepper, which I can't think of the name of. Not the daddle. I like daddle peppers quite a bit. The what's it called?
Okay. Bye, Brian. Thanks for joining.
See you, Brian.
Is it small? Is it green?
It's yellow. I'm always looking for hot sauce with this pepper in it. Oh my god.
Oh, Scotch bonnet.
Scotch bonnet peppers. That's where I discovered Scotch bonnet hot sauce. And you put that on it. Oh my gosh, it's good stuff. It's hot though. Scotch bonnet hot sauce is usually pretty spicy.
Anita says, Kimber, the pasta on Caribbean Princess was really good. I'd like to get on a Princess cruise. There's so many cruises that I want to do.
Well, I know JT made a comment on the podcast about the pasta on MSC being really good. And Mr. Traveler's response to that was,
Princess.
you haven't been on Celebrity.
Oh, it was Celebrity that they were talking about?
He said Celebrity hand makes all their pasta.
Yeah.
Which JT said MSC does that too, but they make it like, it sounds like they make it like tableside or something. So I don't like pasta, so it does nothing for me. But if you do like pasta, that's probably pretty awesome.
Les says, a Cuban person, like, say hello to my little friend from Scarface.
Yes. Say hello to my little Cuban sandwich. Les, I remember I saw Scarface, like, you know, on VHS or Betamax or whatever, but then it was on like TV one time, like regular like network TV. And you've obviously seen the movie, so they dropped the F word a lot in that movie, but they couldn't do that. So every time he said F you, they changed it to thank you, which was freaking hilarious to watch that movie with thank you replacing F you, because it was like, what, thank you? Thank you? No. Or no, it was like, thank me? No, thank you. Thank you. It was just, it was comical. Because they dropped the F-bomb as much as like the show Deadwood on HBO, which is a lot. So. Do we catch up with the end?
We've caught up with everyone.
Oh, wow.
The last thing is Brian saying
we're
goodbye.
down to 9 people, so
10, we're back to 10. Somebody's back, or somebody's just joined. Hello, whoever you are.
I haven't seen my mom in here, but she may be lurking and just suffering from bad internet connection.
We usually call your mom on Fridays.
It's usually the case.
And we called my mom
this Friday. Tomorrow on the way to Orlando. Let's talk about this weekend.
Oh, okay. So this weekend.
Now that JT and Jen are gone, we can talk about
them. And what we're not doing with them.
What we're not doing. Well, yeah, that's true. But we offer.
Yeah, that's true. So I discovered a store called the Disney Character Warehouse, which is, I guess, like a Disney outlet store. Mm-hmm. And they have droid parts. So some of the pieces that Disney used to sell at the Droid Depot, and they no longer sell at the Disney parks, they send to like this Disney outlet store. So we're going to the Disney outlet store so I can find some droid parts.
Danny, what does LPL mean?
I think that's supposed to be LOL.
Okay, good. I thought it was some like text thing or word thing I just didn't know.
I think it's just a typo.
I thought she was like later people or something like that.
Oh, hey, that could be a new thing.
But then it'd just be LP.
Well, but
Later people.
well, that's true. Okay.
And then I think you were talking about like a record. I don't know.
Okay.
Michael Hayes says, I'm listening and doing dishes.
Okay.
Anita says, so after you get your Australia trip figured out, we need to go on a princess cruise together. I would like to try princess.
I think that would be good.
I would like to try princess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she didn't mean LOL. Damn, autocorrect. Well, see here, I thought I was learning something new, but I was just learning. I already know that autocorrect sucks. So. But that's funny. Maybe we should start a new thing, LPL. What could it stand for? Lizard post
lap time.
Lap time? Yeah.
Let's see. Stacy's telling Anita that they've been trying to twist around to do a princess cruise with us to Alaska spring of 2025. It's not out of the question. It's just not.
We have to
focus all of our energy
yes.
into the one thing before
otherwise
we can move on to the other
otherwise
thing.
It'll just always be out in the future and we'll never actually do it. Be sure to tell Sean if you go to Australia. Oh, we'll be staying on Sean's couch.
Yeah.
For it's just the problem is Sean is in Melbourne, and although I would love to see Melbourne, that's
penguins.
not the main place I want to see in Australia.
I want to see the penguins.
So we probably would go there for a little bit, and then maybe we'd make them come with us and we go up. But I want to see like northeastern Australia,
right,
and a little bit into central Australia. Like I want to see some legit outback, which could be down by Melbourne, but I want to see the Great Barrier Reef. I want to see the rainforest. You know,
there's a lot to see and do.
Yeah.
And not...
Although, well, I'd really like to see saltwater crocodiles. Honestly, I'd rather see freshwater crocodiles though, and they're more outbacky. But I don't know. You know, now that I say that, so like we can go to Central and South America and see rainforest. We can't see outback anywhere but Australia. So maybe, but the Great Barrier Reef though is kind of you got to do the Great Barrier Reef.
I'd like to go to the Australia Zoo.
Yes, and that is
Sydney. Is that in Sydney? It's not.
No, that is not in Sydney. That is northeastern Australia. Not all the way up though, but that is Queensland. So Queensland is that northeast corridor or section of Australia, and that is in Queensland. So yeah. But there is Australia Zoo, and there's also Sydney Zoo.
I want to go to Australia Zoo.
Which I think Sydney Zoo is where he came from.
Yeah.
Elvis. Let's see. I don't know if it says. Oh, here. Australia Reptile Park.
Yeah. So
Australian Reptile Park. But I feel like they didn't go to Queensland to get that. I don't know, man.
That's in Somersby.
Well, zoom out on that map. Zoom out more. Here. Let's see.
Sydney. So it's north of Sydney.
It's north of Sydney, but not that far north of Sydney. I don't know if it's still in New South Wales.
Did you say that's the same as Sydney Zoo, or that's another?
I think I was thinking of that. I don't know. I think there is a Sydney Zoo though.
There is. It's in
Sydney.
Bungarby.
I
don't know. There's an I in it.
Bungarby.
Bungarby.
Gumbaraby. I don't know.
And it is Probably in Sydney. That would make sense, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
That looks like a pretty urban. Your phone just stopped working.
Yeah.
So there you go. Australia Zoo, though, yeah. Look up us. Yeah, that's well. It's just
kind of out there, too.
west of
Yeah.
Sydney a bit.
Australia Zoo.
Australia.
That one is in Birwa, which is located north of Brisbane.
And Brisbane is pretty far north of Sydney.
Yeah, pretty far north of Sydney.
It's not as, it's more coastal than I thought, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is this where Zilly Falls is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right where it says Lizard Island National Park.
Hey guys, enjoy watching us look at maps.
Woohoo! It's like the rest of life, watching all of your friends and loved ones just look at their phone while you're trying to socialize with them.
Let's see. Stacy says lots of ways to die, so be careful.
Nah.
And Les says, Matt, you can see Melbourne now. It's not too far. It's just on the coast of Florida. They don't have penguins at that one. And Anita says, Australia would be amazing to visit. You need to make it happen for sure. And Stacy, we could all cruise together. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And Danny said, maps with Matt and Kimbra. Yeah.
Exactly,
Except we're not showing you what we're looking at.
So
you just have to listen to us try and figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying what I'm looking for, so you can Google it yourself, and then we can be the same.
Only you might have a better internet connection than we apparently have right now.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you go. Anyway, before we go, well, we're not ready to go yet, but just another reminder, Helping Hands for Cruising, Cruise-a-thon next weekend, starting 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday with Michael Ann, who is probably still in here.
And she's washing dishes.
And then we'll continue on. We will be on 8 to 9, but there are lots of other channels doing the Cruise-a-thon. So if you have time, if you can give them some time, give them some money. Well, not them. You're actually giving Helping Hands for Cruising money, so we can send people on cruises that wouldn't otherwise. They send people on cruises that wouldn't be able to cruise otherwise, which is really cool. We got to do that with 3 different people that got the Helping Hands for Cruising sent on cruises. We were on with all 3 of those folks or groups, not even just 3. It was actually 2, 4, 5 people.
Yep.
5 people that Helping Hands for Cruising is sent on cruises. That's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
We were on all those cruises, and it was a very cool experience and rewarding. So we recommend it.
Les says that comment about maps with Matt and Kimber reminded me of the Big Bang Theory with Sheldon on flags. Yes, I thought the same thing.
That must have been past because I lost my ability to watch CBS while that show was on. So I only watched the first, I don't remember how many seasons, and then I lost my ability to watch it. So I've not seen that episode, I don't think.
Is it too late for Hedwig to be awake? Would I be bugging Hedwig if I went and got him?
Go see.
We'll be back.
Hedwig is not an owl, so don't be too excited about that. And then she comes back and it's not an owl. Les, I am going to warn you right now, Hedwig is a snake. If you don't remember, I think Hedwig maybe has made an appearance before, but if you don't remember, Hedwig is a very large, terrifying snake. No, Hedwig is a very small, cute snake. So we'll see. We shall see. Fun with Flags with Sheldon Cooper. Love Big Bang Theory. Yes, I did enjoy that show quite a bit. And then, like I said, I was living in an area where I couldn't get CBS anymore. And then I could get it now because I could stream it, but I haven't caught up with it. Kimber's remember you're wearing a mic. We're both, but the mic won't work where she's going. Well, probably not all the way back there. Plus, I don't think she said anything. But she does have a Hedwig. Was he sleeping? How can you tell? They don't have eyelids.
He was under his thing. Do you like scooch over when I get up or
I
something?
did because I was trying to center myself.
Okay. Did you read all this stuff? Fun with Flags with Sheldon Cooper?
Yeah.
I have a cardboard cutout of Sheldon.
She does. True story.
Yeah. This is Hedwig, for those of you that haven't met him.
It was only when she found out Jim Parsons was gay that she agreed to marry me.
I mean, I can turn anyone if I try hard enough.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I can't. People are who they are. Said, I'm on the phone with my therapist now. Larry says, what is it? So this is a Western hognose snake. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
I said Western, not just hognose. I was specific. Except I don't know the scientific name. So I should probably learn the scientific names of the animals I've got, but yeah.
I get one of our hognoses is heterodons, and one of them xenodon. I think Pulcher. Xenodon Pulcher is the tricolor.
This is Hedwig. The precious little hoggy. Being very nice. Last time we had you out, we had a hissy fit.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Matt did something that
blame it on me.
Yeah, you like waved your hand in front of him or something. Or moved your phone. I don't know what you did, but he like went hissy crazy.
Yeah, he didn't get over it either.
And he did not. I had to put him away hissing.
He had like a tantrum. Which is just kind of amusing for a snake that's like the thickness of a number 2 pencil. But
Danny says, if you need help during the cruiseathon, let me know. I can help drop links and stuff. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure out the deets.
Yeah, we haven't really planned anything yet, so we'll keep you updated.
But we appreciate it.
Larry says, hognose, I thought they were venomous. Well, technically, yes. Hognose snakes are rear fang venomous, but that only means if they chew on you a bit, you may potentially get a little bit of venom, but it's like maybe going to cause some itchiness or something, little redness, if anything. So not like major venom.
That's specific to hognose snakes, by the way. There are other rear fang snakes that are more significantly venomous, but
yes, but
not hognose snake.
Not Hedwig.
Hogs usually don't. Nothing really happens. At the most, you might swell up a little bit, but they're not like considered medically significant at all.
Stacy
Boom slangs, however, will kill you, so don't handle those.
Yeah. Stacy says he's gotten thicker. Yeah, he's
I'm sure
gotten a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
He's a really good eater. I might give him 2 mice this week.
Oh, 2 pinkies?
2 pinkies.
He's still eating pinkies.
Yeah, but he gobbles them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ed says Anita loves snakes. She called me in from the wood shop to see a snake in the house. Unless says Matt, you're like the TV reporter who warns viewers the following may be disturbing to certain viewers.
That's what I was doing for you, Les. I got your back. What kind of snake was it, Anita?
Let's see. And Stacy says, what happened to Meg? Haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, we were actually talking about that today. Where has Meg been? If anybody knows.
Where have Meg been?
Where has Meg been? And Larry says, I love snakes. Well, Hedwig is a wonderful.
How do we get along, Larry? Because you love snakes and sharks, and so do we.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hedwig's awesome.
He's being real good, real friendly. He'll get what, a couple feet?
Oh, if that.
Yeah, maybe.
And Hedwig is. Do we know if Hedwig's a male or female?
We suspect male.
So males are small.
So let's see. We looked at the tail, and he has like a longer tail.
Yeah, we don't really know for sure.
I mean, that's based on videos that we watched on like.
Yeah, they don't get very big at all. They're real small snakes.
So, crazy animal. Let's see. Danny says, I think she has been busy with work, busy time for her at work. don't quote me on that. Yeah,
No,
that's kind of what we thought.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, yeah. Sometimes you got to take a break from social media too.
Yep. You being a good boy, Hedwig. There's a I'm looking at this snake tail wrapped around my finger. There's a hognose snake ring on some site. I don't remember what it's called. It's really cool. I've thought about getting it. But I could just wear this one.
Yeah, yeah. So Larry, he says, all my life I thought Canada didn't have venomous snakes until I moved to the West Coast. There is a town in British Columbia that has rattlesnakes. Not only that, Larry, but Canada is famous for its hordes of garter snakes, where they come together for brumation, and this would give Les like nightmares for months. But garter snakes and ribbon snakes are technically venomous snakes, and probably a little more toxic than our friend here, which is not saying much because he's not very toxic. But sometimes people do swell up a little bit from garter snake bites. They're also rear fanged. Who knew? So there you go. So there are multiple venomous snake species. They're just not medically significantly venomous. So nobody's going to the hospital over a garter snake bite.
Anita says a little one. I don't know for sure. I didn't get too close. Ed says it was a garter snake. It really startled me. He said I probably scared
Well,
it.
this
as much as
time
it
it's
scared me.
interesting. This time of year you would see one because it's cold. But garter snakes and ribbon snakes are active earlier than other snakes because they're more. That's why they live in Canada, but they're more tolerant of cold temperatures. Probably scared as much as scared me. That's usually what happens. Yeah, Stacy, we have tons of garters here in Minnesota. Yeah, so you get up the north, and there's not very many species of snakes that can survive. Although there are other species in Minnesota for sure, but you start to get specialized species that thrive in colder temperatures, and that's mostly going to be garters and ribbons, maybe some water snakes, that sort of things. But you got like, I don't know if Massasaugas are in Minnesota, but they're up north on the other side of the Great Lakes, things like that. Danny says, that's why I'm helping out as much as possible for the cruiseathon to help the board and all the presenters. Well, that is appreciated, Danny. I wasn't laughing at that post. I was laughing at Les underneath that said, okay, just got off the phone with my travel rep, going to move to Ireland, no snakes. That's true. No snakes in Hawaii, no snakes in Ireland. Where else? There's somewhere else there's no snakes, I think. Antarctica.
Kisses, Hedwig.
Larry says, yes, we have a lake here locally that we see garters every single time we go there. There was once where I turned around and a snake was swimming towards me, freaked me out. Yeah, but they're not going to bother you. I don't think there's any, like the rattlesnakes up there are probably not super common, and they're probably confined to pretty limited range. So snakes you see up there are not going to be anything to be scared of.
I mean, Les, how can you be like afraid of this? Look how sweet he is. He's just living his best little snake bracelet life.
Oh, Les says, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
The Chiefs.
I don't know. I don't really care who wins the Super Bowl now. I guess the only thing I would say is that the 49ers haven't won it in as long, but I don't really care. Like all the teams that I would have rooted for are done. I mean, obviously the Dolphins have been out, but even beyond that, I'm like, well, okay, maybe I'll root for a team that's, not been there for a while or never won. Like I was kind of pulling for Detroit, because I have friends that root for Detroit, and I understand what it's like to have a team that never goes to the Super Bowl. So, but now,
It's red team versus red team.
yeah,
I want the red team to win.
And you know what? The 49ers beat the Dolphins when I was a little kid in the Super Bowl, so I'm still a little bitter from that. I don't have anything against the Chiefs, but they've won the Super Bowl a lot recently. They're starting to turn into the dang Patriots, and I can't stand them because I'm a Dolphins fan. So I don't know, Les. I don't know who's going to win the Super Bowl.
Let's see. Anita says, but at Gatorland, I held a python around my neck. It was beautiful and very heavy.
Yeah. I wonder what kind. I wonder if it was a ball python or a Burmese python, maybe a boa constrictor.
Larry said, is there a team with the name Snakes in it?
In football, pro football, there's not.
In
there's the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think that's a MLB team.
What's the other football that we were watching?
Yeah, there's like
that I can't think of what it's called right now. There's like
not the Arena League, but
some kind of serpents, right?
Well, there's like the Vipers too, isn't there? Is it the Orlando Vipers? Or I don't know.
Yes. What is that football called?
I don't know. It's not the Canadian football. It's like it's
with the Rock.
Yeah. It's not arena football.
Oh my gosh.
Something else. It's the off-season football.
I could tell you if, we weren't trying to talk about it.
But that's why I like the Dolphins. They got the right colors and they're a Dolphin. Well, can't go wrong. There's no shark teams either in the NFL. There's the San Jose Sharks, but as a Blues fan, I can't stand them. So,
You're curling up like a little snake.
Les says, LOL, my wife is watching TV, relaying what's going on the screen to me as I look at my phone. That's funny. She's like your interpreter. Danny says, yep, the Chiefs won against the Eagles. He's hissing? Oh, are you upset? Maybe it's time for him to go to sleep.
Yeah, look at him. Woo.
He is puffy.
He is. I was going to move him to the mic and see if anybody could hear him, but I think he stopped.
You can barely hear him, yeah. Chiefs won against the Eagles.
Hold on. Ooh.
But when we did the lightsaber, we watched the lightsaber thing back, like you couldn't hear the lightsaber.
That's true.
And it was like, right, it's got to be like on top of it, I think.
All right, I'm going to put him back because I think we've hit our level of interactment.
A bad call against the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Bad calls happen. And, if it's against our team, then we're like, ugh. If it's against the other team, then we're like, eh. But no, there was definitely some really bad calls this season. For sure. Ball show. Larry says, I experienced a boa around my neck. Not the feather kind. I've had both. I've had both feather and non-feather. XFL, yes, Stacy, XFL. And I think there's another one too that we were looking at, but XFL I think is what she was referring to. Just don't let the boa cross, so it's got to control the mouse again here. Only thing about watching the Super Bowl on the cruise is that you don't have the regular commercials. Oh, that's true. And that's the reason I would watch most Super Bowls, for the commercials.
If you can
Interesting. Hear me, also, you're going to have to deal with people Bills. That are actually fans of the teams playing in it. And that's probably really
he can't hear me right now.
A fun experience. Like if the Dolphins ever made it to the Super Bowl again, you know what I would be doing? I would be locked in a room with maybe Kimbra watching it. I wouldn't be watching that with anybody else because I would be way too emotional. And if somebody was like, ugh, it'd be a bad experience for me. So Anita says, I'm not sure. I will send a picture to Kimbra's phone. Maybe you can tell from the picture. Oh, about the snake? I probably can. If it's in focus-ish. By process of elimination, I'll probably be able to tell you what kind of snake it was. Yeah, my big bro is mad. Is your big bro a Chiefs fan? Or an Eagles fan? Sorry, an Eagles fan?
You like don't stop talking.
No, that's what I do.
I know, but like literally there's no break in your talking.
Well, just interrupt me. That's what you usually.
I know, but if I'm trying to say something over you when I'm in the other room, but you like literally didn't stop talking.
That's because you can't hear it in the other room very well.
Oh, someone heard me.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yep.
okay. All right. You sending secret messages out into the ether. I just never got over my encounter with the two-step viper in Vietnam. I mean, I get it. You Americans do love your football. We do. Even me, and I normally am not the sports guy. Go Bills! I thought we were friends, Stacy. Go Bills! What are you talking about? Are you taunting me? Or are you really a Bills fan?
He has no idea.
The venom. Larry says I worked for a company that worked with BC Lions and the CFL. Not really my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, different cultures, I guess, we kind of get raised on different sports, and Americans like their football, but
only one
Eagles,
person did what I said.
We hear you, Kimbra. Anita heard you. Danny heard you.
Yeah, but none of them did it.
I sent the picture. Anita sent the picture. Oh, you told him to say I hate the Bills.
Yeah.
You're like turning me against Stacy. That is an albino Burmese python. That's what that is right there. You could probably show that picture.
Oh, can I show it, Anita?
Is it okay to show that picture? Yes. That was cruel of you. If this was still football season, that would have been really upsetting to me. You know that, right?
They were supposed to say, "We love Josh Allen, go Bills."
No. Oh, no.
But it was really hard for me to get those words out between you talking. So,
she says yes, by the way.
That's why I came back and said, you don't. So, like, I was standing in there just waiting for you to, like, pause for a second. So I'd be like, say this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care who you root for as long as it's not the Bills, Patriots, or Jets. Other than that, you're fine.
Well, I was going to do Jets, but...
Yeah, but the Jets aren't that hurtful right now because they suck so bad. So
that's why I picked a different team.
It's like it used to be the Patriots that I really hated, and then they started to suck. So now I don't hate them as much. I just don't like them. But now it's the Bills that are really good, so I hate them. It's a sports thing. I don't really hate them, but I do.
You shouldn't hate, Matt.
I know, but I do. Les says rugby is so cool to watch. I would be interested in watching rugby. You know, like Dave always talks about the Sydney Bunnies. I think it's a Sydney Bunny, whatever the bunnies over there. I think
bunnies or the rabbits.
I think it's bunnies. Yeah. I think he talks about the bunnies. They're Australians. They say bunnies. Bunnies. If they were Americans, they'd be like, "You're gonna go watch the rabbits play rugby." In Australia, they're like, "Gonna go watch the bunnies." We get the ball, match it down the field. Les says I hate bills.
That's not Les.
I'm sorry. Larry says I hate bills, especially when you have to pay them. I love everything for free. Yeah. Oh, Les did hear you though. Larry says I actually followed football when I was younger. I actually rooted for the Dolphins when Dan Marino played for it. Well, that's when I started understanding what football was. Is when Dan Marino. I came in right at the end of the David Woodley era, but that was it. I was hooked. You know, it started with my bedspread, which had all the teams, and I liked the Dolphins because of the color and the animal, and then didn't know what football was because I was a little tiny thing, and then I was like, oh, this is what football is. And then they went to the Super Bowl and lost with David Woodley to the Redskins at the time, called the Redskins. And then Dan Marino came in, and then they lost to the 49ers, and then I spent the rest of my time in pain and agony as a Dolphins fan. So I like the Dolphins and Steelers when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers were really popular when I was a kid. Steelers and the Cowboys were the popular teams, and the Dolphins got there a little bit. So anyway, there you go.
I had the Build-A-Bear horse that I named Stuart, and his first outfit was a little golf outfit. It was real cute. He had a golf club stuff. But the second outfit that I got for him was a Colts uniform. So he had the helmet and the jersey and the little pants, and the cleats. So Stuart played football in addition to golfing.
I think 1984, my dad took me to see the Dolphins play the St. Louis Cardinals, and we sat on like the 50-yard line, probably, I don't know, 10 rows up from the field on the Dolphins side of the field. I have a photograph somewhere of Dan Marino picking his butt. You know, it's like jockstrap out of his butt. It's real awkward. We didn't do it on purpose, but and they, of course, they whooped the Cardinals terribly.
Can I show this one, Anita?
I'm sure she's going to say yes. So that's an amazing picture.
Ed wants to know what kind of gator he's fighting here.
The pretend kind.
Yeah.
Yes. She
Okay.
says yes. That's a great picture.
I love that.
That's a great picture. Gatorland. I love Gatorland. If you're ever in Orlando, technically Kissimmee, but Gatorland's really cool. As they said, that was back when they were the Baltimore Colts, right? Yes. Well, not when Kimbra started rooting for them. They had moved to Indianapolis, but they were the Baltimore Colts when I started watching football.
When did they move? What year was that? Do you know?
I want to say it was the early 90s, maybe. I'm not sure. They moved to Indianapolis, and then the Baltimore Ravens came into the league.
84.
Oh, 84? They moved to Indianapolis in 84? Sure.
I don't know. Let me see.
Maybe it was that early.
Yeah.
Okay, but
1984.
then they didn't get a new team. They didn't shift the divisions around because the Colts were in the Dolphins division for a long time.
Yeah.
Saddest part about football for me is I remember Super Bowl #1, all less. But you had to have been like knee high to a grasshopper because that was like, when was Super Bowl one? Where I don't even know what Super Bowl we're on, but that was like, well, that might have been the 50s, 50s, right? 50s? I don't know. I used to know. Well, let me see. The Dolphins won Super Bowl 7. They were in 7, 8, 9, 6. They were in 3 in a row. Around 7. That would have been 72. So it would have been like the early 60s. Well, that's not that long. The NFL went beyond that, or the football
67.
67. So yeah, that wasn't that long.
That's what Google's for.
67. So the Dolphins started in 66. So before the first Super Bowl, before they merged the AFL and NFL. I had a boyhood crush on the Dallas Cowboys when I was young. Also, not the players, LOL. Hey there, Carnival Cruise addicts. Finally caught you live. Hey, everyone. Well, hello to you as well. We are probably getting off pretty soon, but glad you could join us. Down in the Cruiser will probably come on at 10. They usually do, 10 o'clock Eastern time, that is. People saying, Danny saying hi to you guys. Oh, it really is. We loved going there. Been there twice, yes. But you haven't been there with me. If you go with me, you'll learn probably more than you want to know. Whoops, there, Les said 67.
That's not Les.
That Larry said 67. Les said, fun fact, the team that's playing in this year's Super Bowl lost Super Bowl #1. The team that's playing in this year's Super Bowl. Is that the Chiefs or the 49ers? That was probably the Chiefs that lost to, was it the Jets? That would have been weird because they're both AFC, but that might have been different then. I don't know.
The Packers and
Yep, they're on a 10. Thank you, Dean.
Kansas City.
Packers in Kansas City. So yeah, that's right. The Packers were really good back then. Bart Starr and the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh yeah, Bart Starr. Yep. Yep. I used to probably know that at some point. But
I never knew that until now.
when I was a kid, I read like the books about the early Super Bowls because I was alive when the Dolphins were winning Super Bowls, but I was barely alive. Like literally right when I was born. So
yeah. Anita says, we would love to go to Gatorland with you. We love hearing all the facts you know about the animals. Well, when you come down here, we'll go to Gatorland and then we'll go to Disney to see the princesses.
actually, we can do that. We can do all that. But actually what we really need to do is take you out into some of the parks, like the real parks.
Well, yeah.
So you can see wild alligators because that's the coolest. And other all the birds and stuff like that.
I just want to go see the Disney princesses with Anita.
That would be fun too.
I mean, the other stuff is also cool.
I can hang out with Ed. Well, Ed will probably make me go see the Disney princesses as well. And that's all right. That's all right because we'll be in good company.
And it's not that I don't want to see the Disney princesses with Ed.
It's kind of what you indicated, though. I don't know.